A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the News at 3. I'm Emmanuel Ajay and these are the news. We're filing at this hour. They bring back our gas protesters stage a walk to the presidential villa in Abuja in a protest to the return of the Chibok girls. This is the first time the campaign group will resurface after the elections. The campaign group are currently meeting with the President Muhammadu Buhari on the issue. We'll bring you more details in our subsequent bulletin. 3 persons have been confirmed dead when 2 suspected female suicide bombers detonate bomb at Sabongeri Market in Damboa local government area of Borno State. The police commissioner Aderemi Okpadokun told journalists in Maiduguri that 5 others were injured. The incident took place at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. The death toll from bomb blast in Sabongeri area of Zaria, Kaduna State has climbed to 26. 35 persons are still in critical condition in the hospital. Eyewitness says the bomb attack on Sabongeri Council office happened between 9 and 10 in the morning. The victims were mostly civil servants who had converged on the council secretariat for biometric verification. Amina Aniebi has more in this report, presented from our studios.
This is the spot where the deadly blast occurred in the Sabongeri Council office. The bomb victims were awaiting biometric verification when the explosion went off. An eyewitness claimed that it was the handiwork of a female suicide bomber. While we were at the scene, we saw a woman who was struggling to join the line for screening. All of a sudden, we heard a noise. All we could see were dead bodies. About 21 people were confirmed killed on the spot, while about 5 others died from injuries they sustained in the attack. 35 survivors are still receiving treatment at the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital. The hospital authorities have since confirmed the number of victims. Newly sworn in interim council chairman Mohammed Usman says residents are still struggling to come to terms with the tragedy.
There was a screening of about 10 local governments opening here. So for the past 2 weeks, the place has been very crowded. And incidentally or coincidentally, today we came to the Zoom office. I was addressing my colleagues, my well-wishers that accompanied me to the office. Then we had an explosion. So we are told that we thought it was a dengue, maybe a normal dengue. So somebody told us that it was a bomb blast. Officially, in my presence, the CMD of the Ahmadu Bello University was telling the governor that when the governor came here in the morning, they told him the death was about 21 people. But at the hospital there, the CMD in my presence was confirming to the governor that the death toll has risen to 25 and the casualties were 35.
One of the earliest visitors to the bomb scene was Governor El Rufai, who was advised residents of the state to avoid crowded places.
It is now within our own very domain. It is time for Nigerians, particularly northern political leaders, northern traditional leaders, northern religious leaders, to come together and have a convergence of forces that will end this violence once and for all.
32 victims of this bomb blast were brought to the accident and emergency unit of our hospital in the morning today. Few of them were critically injured, precisely about 2 of them were critically injured. The remaining 30 had moderate degree of injuries and some even had minor injuries. When they arrived, before they came to the hospital, we had information that the bomb blast had occurred in Zaria, so we mobilized our staff to come to accident and emergency.
He also introduced new security measures to prevent a reoccurrence.
Kaduna State Governor Nasru El-Rufai has banned beggars and street hawkers aftermath of Tuesday's bomb blast in Zaria. The special assistant to El-Rufai Media and Publicity, Samuel Ariwan, said in a statement that the ban takes immediate effect. He explained that the ban was part of special measures introduced by the state government to ensure security of lives and property. The government threatens to arraign any beggar or hawker found on the street until these measures are relaxed. He also mentioned and maintained that the ban on motorcycle is still enforced. As the people of Plateau State are still reeling from the recent twin blasts that claimed several lives in Plateau State, Command has called on members of the public to go about their normal businesses because enough measures have been put in place to forestall recurrence of the sad event. The police commissioner, Nasiru Oke, said 42 lives were lost in the blast, while 50 are currently receiving treatment in the various medical centers in the state.
So far,
how many killed and how many
42 died by our records, and 50 are injured, presently receiving treatment in the hospitals.
In the police account of job attack, the police boss called on members of the public to be vigilant and report immediate effect any suspicious person found in their vicinities.
Unfortunate twin bomb explosions that occurred in Jos City on the 5th of July 2015 at about 9:20 hours. The Plateau State Police Command sincerely commiserates with the government of Plateau State, the good people of Plateau State, and the families of those who lost their lives and property during the incident. This is also to intimate the members of the public on the update of the unfortunate incident that the first explosion, which detonated by two female suicide bombers, occurred in Shangalinku restaurant along Bauchi Road, Jos.
Clerk of the National Assembly, Salisu Mekwaswa, on Tuesday declined comment on his interaction with police team that investigated the complex as part of investigation into the alleged forgery of the Senate rule. He was accosted by journalists shortly after he led the management team of the complex to pay a courtesy visit on Senate President Bukola Saraki. Mekwaswa held his fingers to the lip and told National Assembly correspondent that he has nothing to say on the meeting with police detectives. The clerk has earlier pledged the commitment of the bureaucrats in the legislature to the success of the 8th Senate. Senator Saraki, for his part, urged the management of the National Assembly complex to change policy of the ruling party and the new leadership of the legislature. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has arrested a former governor of Imo State, Chief Ikedio Hakim, and former governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako, and his son Abdulaziz. Investigation revealed that operatives of the commission arrested Nyako's and son Anu Hakim on Tuesday evening. An operative of commission who spoke on the condition of anonymity said the two governors and Abdulaziz were being held by the commission for corrupt-related offenses. The head of media and publicity of EFCC, Wilson Iwajere, confirmed the arrest of the two governors and Nyako's son. He said Nyako and his son Anu Hakim were billed to appear in court on Wednesday. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted the sum of $2,198,900 of money seized by anti-narcotic officials on the ground of suspected money laundering at the local wing of Murtala Airport, Lagos. 146-year-old Ibiteye John Bamidele is being investigated in connection with the case. The suspect was apprehended on his way to Abuja. Preliminary investigation conducted by the Asset and Financial Investigation Directorate of the NDLEA revealed that Ibite's action is in contravention with the Money Laundering Prohibition Act of 2011 as amended. He alleged that the money belongs to one Dr. Martins Olufemi Thomas, a medical practitioner in Lagos. Investigation conducted by the agency did not link the money to proceeds of narcotics. However, a country having insurgency challenge cannot afford to ignore suspicious movements of large amounts of money. We'll now take a quick break and we'll be back with more. Do join us again.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. For more of our news and other stories, do visit our social media platform at facebook.com/CoreTV News. And also on Twitter at CoreTV News NG. Watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space, the news. 7th of July makes it 17 years since the demise of the acclaimed winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, Moshood Abiola. In an event to commemorate the day, members of civil society have called on the federal government to posthumously declare him as elect president of the country. Abiola Oluwole, who was at the residence of the late Abiola, venue of the commemoration of the anniversary, have this report.
Chants from members of civil societies at the Ikeja residence of late MKO Abiola herald the 17th year anniversary of the late philanthropist and politician. Abiola died in an incarceration on July 7, 1998, while trying to retrieve his mandate from the Sani Abacha-led military junta, led by a former military administrator of Lagos State, Indu Bisi Kanu, and the convener of the Women Arise Initiative, Joe Oke Odumakin. The activists centered their speeches on the need for the federal government to keep the spirit of late Abiola alive by banishing poverty from the land, as well as give every Nigerian a sense of belonging by developing all sectors of the nation's economy.
On June 12th, Nigerians actually had a referendum, not just an election. The referendum for military rule to cease, the referendum for democracy to resume, not prevented, and a referendum for one thing more, for which MKO was very much committed, and that is going back to a federal Nigeria where I think the voting, even though tribe and top deliver, will stand in brotherhood and sisterhood.
Our gathering is to prove a point, and that point is that we will never, ever forget the ultimate prize that MKO Abiola.
Speaking on behalf of the Abiola family, a daughter of the late business mogul, Hafsat Abiola Castello, called on the ruling class to place premium on the yearnings of Nigerians instead of pursuing personal gains.
Even if we've lost MKO and we've lost many like MKO over the last decades, let us not lose the lessons of their lives. Let us be willing to sacrifice for Nigeria. I am concerned by some of the actions of our leaders at the national legislature, the way in which they're fighting over positions, fighting for power. The only thing that's important to fight for now is to end poverty in Nigeria. The only thing that is worthwhile to fight for now is the upliftment of our people.
As the people depart the residence of Abiola, according the needed respect to the man said to have paid the supreme price for the nation's democracy, there remains a question begging for an answer. Will Abiola be given a national recognition? Abiola Oluwole, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Students of the Lagos State University have called on Governor Akim Ambode to prevail on the institution to allow them write their first semester examination. The student who spoke through the Student Union President Adeyemi Onikoro, the student decried the inability of the government, the management, to conduct exams 7 months into the first semester. Onikoro says the students are ready for the protests if the state government and the school management fail to resolve the crisis rocking the institution with 48 hours.
It is in this light that the Lagos State University Student Union hereby issue a 48 hours ultimatum to the management of the university, to the state government, and to all parties involved to resolve this lingering issue and do the needful to ensure students are called for the exam on or before Thursday 9 July 2015.
Fresh crisis may be rearing its ugly head in Ekiti State this time around between the state government and Ado-Ekiti market women. The state government ordered traders of the Bont or Joba market to relocate elsewhere, which the women had headed to. But trouble started when the state government says the lands taken by the women are not approved, leading to the arrest of the market women leader, accused of collecting money from the women for illegal allocation of land amounting to 93 million naira. Rashid has more in this report.
The past government of Kayode Fayemi has tried all means to relocate traders from the Ojaba market, all to no avail. But with the inferno that ravaged the market, the traders had to move to places earlier allocated to them. One of the new sites is the textile market. The woman in the eye of the storm, Waye Osho, says contrary to government's claim that they own the land, she says the land was leased to them by Odua Group of Company, saying the state government only acted as guarantor.
Land firstly belonged to Odua, and Odua has for long released it to Ekiti state government. We own the land. Nobody can give our land to anybody anyhow.
Governor Fayemi. It was Governor Fayemi that stood as guarantor for us at Odua Group of Company. I signed for the land lease on behalf of other market women.
The state government further accused the Yaloja of extortion from her members, but Waye Osho says it's a contribution made by members to erect their shops.
These market women openly declared that they paid. Some said they paid 12,500, and some said they paid 19,000.
12,000. We'll not feel better. Don't finish share one. The women contributed 12,000 naira each to construct their shops. They paid to the heads of their different trade units. They did the job as a self-help project, and the association was okay with it.
The Yaloja has been released from detention. Her counsel, however, decries this move as witch hunting because of the political leanings of the Yaloja.
That woman of that age, what would have warranted in this modern age putting that woman behind bar in a criminal proceedings? When there is an accused, there must be an accuser. We can only see the accused, we can't find the accusers. Who are the people accusing this woman of stealing their money? It is strange. And if you continue in this trend in this state, I fear we are doomed.
Now that the state government is at daggers drawn with some section of traders, this is another ego battle loading, if the words of political pundits is anything to go by. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The Federal Road Safety Corps in Imo State says it's putting measures in place to ensure reckless drivers no longer have a field day on the road in the state. The sector commander, Godwin Omiro, spoke to CoreTV News on the measures of addressing the alarming rate of tanker explosion and accident. Ajibade Awofeso has more in this report.
The FRSC Imo Sector Command has vowed not to allow recklessness of tanker drivers go unpunished. This followed from a meeting with the national leadership of the Petroleum Tanker Drivers, PTD, where all stakeholders agreed on the conduct of drivers on the road.
And for one to invest so much on the road and hand it over to an untrained driver who does not even understand the rules of the road, the signages on the road, what to do when climbing, a steep, or when descending a steep, or when negotiating a bend and all that. That is the problem. And we are taking it out. Of course, the Commercial and Civil Executive have issued an order that such vehicles should be arrested and prosecuted.
The sector commander, Godwin Omiko, says the Corps is ready to enforce all agreements reached at the meeting. He also called on business owners to ensure that vehicles plying the roads are roadworthy.
The fleet operators must do their work. The safety managers in the fleet operators must do their work, ensuring that the vehicles are in good condition, that the tankers are in good condition. They are not leaking, the brakes are working, the wipers are good, the tires are good, and more so that the driver who is taking this vehicle from one point to the other is also in the best frame of mind.
He as well restated the call for traders in traffic, roadside markets and illegal parks along the highways to desist from the practice due to the dangers inherent in such practices. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
Residents of Ute and Wagwa community in Edo State are demanding immediate action from the authority of the Benin Electricity Distribution Company for restoration of electricity supply to the community so that they can bounce back from economic doldrum that lacks of electricity has brought the state. Our Edo State correspondent has more in this report presented from our studios.
While speaking to newsmen on the 5-month blackouts in both communities, Samuel Ode and Anthony Ogarike said they decided to embark on a peaceful protest to drive home their point about the return of their transformer, which was initially procured by the communities. They alleged that they took away the transformer serving the community due to the indebtedness of a few people. Some of the protesting youth barricaded the gate with various inscriptions and placards to show their displeasure.
We've used our money to maintain, but the problem we had is that when the transformer gave up, they said we should come and pay all the debt that was being owed before they took over the light. So this is the situation we cannot accept. We don't know what it is, but what we know is that there are 35 people who are using the analog, while 85 of us are using the prepaid. They cannot deprive the 85 of us who are using prepaid for those who are owing them. They should go and drop, if they repair the light, they should drop those who are owing them. We cannot drop them for them.
In the other side before, when they brought that transformer, it was our own community effort. We paid money, each house is paid over 2,000 naira to be able to bring that transformer. So immediately they made the transformer now, the transformer was having fault. All the time, instead of giving us new transformer, they went and brought a refurbished transformer. Then at the end of the day, the transformer keep on giving us problem.
For this protester, Henry Iron, the issue has gone beyond speaking with the customer relations officer. She added the high authorities of the company must give an explanation on why they will remain in darkness for over 5 months.
It is in an head office, and you are bringing customer relation officers to discuss with us. We have been discussing. We said no, at this point we want to meet with the management who is in a position to take decision. Not to tell us that you are going to send the discussions to them for them to meet with us later. So we are still on it. We hope that by the time we end up the discussion, we will be better off.
The public relations officer of the company, Curtis Wade, who was on official assignment and at the time of filing this report, in a telephone interview says based on the documents before the company, the debt profile of the community is huge.
The Plateau State Ministry of Health has on Monday disclosed that 167 cases of cholera has been recorded with 8 deaths since May 2015. The 2 local government area of the state, Ibrahim Gontor, the Director of Primary Health Care and Disease Control, made this disclosure in an interview with newsmen in Jos. Gontor said 134 cases and 6 deaths were recorded in Jos North, while Jos South had 33 cases with 2 deaths. The ministry had put measures in place to contain the incident and reduce the death rate, adding that cases of cholera outbreak were usually rampant between March and September. The director also advised them to wash their fruits with salt and water or vinegar and imbibe the culture of hand washing with soap or ash. They also must keep their toilets and latrines and environments clean. We'll take a quick break and be back with more. Do join us again.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back now to outside Nigeria. At least 14 people have been killed and several others injured in a gun attack near the military camp at Kenya border with Somalia. It's believed that the victims were workers from local quarry of Mandera country in the northeast of the country. Residents say that they had 2 explosions followed by heavy gunfire in the middle of the night. Military group Al-Shabaab, which operates out of Somalia, confirmed it carried out the attack. Mandera Country Commissioner Alex Okoyo told AFP that people were sleeping when the government struck. Kenya Red Cross said it's sending an aircraft to the scene to fly the injured to the hospital in Nairobi. And that's a wrap on CoreTV News at 3. I'm Emmanuel Ajayi. Bye for now.